Unless you've been living under a rock over the past 8 months, then you've heard of the newest addition to the NBA postseason, the play-in tournament. A tournament that consists of the 7 through 10 seeds in each conference that will battle for the last 2 seeds to make the NBA playoffs in their respective conferences. This is a completely new format that has been added to the NBA postseason and it has garnered mixed reactions from the NBA universe.
Thoughts on the play-in format? Because I absolutely love it.
I love it too. I know a lot of people don't, but
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
Or if we end up in the playoff, whatever that thing is, whoever came up with that need to be fired. But whatever.
Yikes. As you can see, some people love the idea of having a play-in tournament, and some people think this was and is a stupid idea. But before I get into the nitty details and what teams may be playing in the tournament and potential outcomes, let's go over the entire structure of the play-in tournament. And also don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any content that I post. Let's get into the video. Now, in last year's bubble, the NBA did have a play-in tournament for the 8th seed that allowed seeds 8 through 9 to play against each other to win the final spot in the playoffs. The 8th seed only needed to win 1 game, while the 9th seed had to pull off 2 wins against the 8th seed to capture the last spot. In addition, the 9th seed had to be within 4 games back of the 8th seed to even trigger a play-in tournament at all. Last year's play-in included the 8th seeded Portland Trail Blazers, who came into the bubble as a 9th seed 3.5 games back from the 8th seeded Grizzlies, and the 9th seeded Memphis Grizzlies, who started out as the 8th seed but struggled due to injuries in the bubble. The Blazers went 5-2 to make the tournament and had to withstand teams like the Phoenix Suns, who went 8-0 during the bubble, fighting for a playoff spot. The NBA essentially gave teams a reason to continue playing hard through the closing stretches of the regular season with the potential opportunity of making the NBA playoffs. And the Blazers grabbed that opportunity and beat the Grizzlies and were the 8th seed. Remember that. Now, we fast forward to today, and the play-in tournament is a little bit different from last year's. Instead of 2 teams, you now have 4 teams from each conference, seeds 7 through 10. The first round of the tournament will have the 7th seed host the 8th seed in a 1-game matchup, and the winner will become the 7th seed. The 9th seed will host the 10th seed in a 1-game matchup, and the loser is eliminated from playoff contention. Now, the loser of the 7th and 8th seeded game and the winner of the 9th and 10th seeded game will play 1 game for the 8th seed. The winner is the 8th seed. The loser goes home. As an NBA fan, this structure sounds amazing. Seeds 7 through 8 get 2 shots, while seeds 9 through 10 have to go through a Cinderella run just to make the playoffs. It's a good setup to hopefully get high competitive basketball before the playoffs. It's like going to a restaurant and before you order your steak, your appetizers are brought out.
Run for your lives, everyone! It's the appetizer!
That's the play-in tournament essentially. This keeps us engaged, but not everybody's a fan. Team owners and players have spoken about the play-in and how it belittles the regular season. And they have a point. You play 72 games like everyone else. Why should 2 games determine the fate of your season? In addition, there are teams that are currently under 500 that mathematically can still qualify for the play-in. To me, that's absurd. The regular season should mean something. But what I will say is that I enjoy the fact that more than half of the teams in the NBA are competing even in the final weeks of the season. We've seen teams in years past begin to tank and guys start sitting out months before the season ends, but instead, we're seeing remarkable play from some of our best players in the game, such as Russell Westbrook, who's on pace to break the all-time triple-double record, leading the Wizards team, Luka Doncic, who has carried his Mavs from the 8th seed all the way to the 5th seed in the Western Conference, and many highly competitive close games that have playoff and play-in tournament stipulations. Heck, we might even get to see Steph Curry versus LeBron James in the first round of the play-in. I personally like the play-in. I think it needs a few tweaks so that below average teams don't have an easy pathway to get into the playoffs, potentially requiring you to have to be a certain games back to qualify or something of that nature. Again, the NBA has this format for only 1 year and we'll see if they like to continue it. And if the tournament is as exciting as it sounds, the NBA may have hit the jackpot. Let's take a look at the potential matchups we may see in the tournament. Let's start with the Eastern Conference. The Miami Heat and Atlanta Hawks are 2 games ahead of the Boston Celtics, who are the 7th seed. The Hornets are currently the 8th seed, the Washington Wizards are the 9th seed, and you have the Pacers sitting at 10th. The Chicago Bulls still have a shot to make the play-in tournament, but is very, very unlikely. If the season ended today, the Celtics would play the Hornets and the Wizards would face the Pacers. Go in the comment section and tell me who you think would win those games, and which 2 teams you think would be the 7th and 8th seed in the playoffs. Let's switch over to the Western Conference, where it gets a little bit more interesting. The Mavs and Blazers have a slight game and a half lead on the 7th seeded Lakers, And if you haven't watched my recent video on the Lakers, go ahead and check that out. We talk about some of the struggles that they're going through right now this season. The Golden State Warriors are currently the 8th seed with the 9th seeded Memphis Grizzlies right behind them, half a game back. And then you have the San Antonio Spurs sitting currently at 10th. The Pelicans have shut down Brandon Ingram, and Zion is out indefinitely due to a broken finger, so they most likely won't be making the playoffs. The Kings, on the other hand, mathematically have a shot, but they're not making it this year, let's be honest. If the season ended today, the Lakers would host the Warriors, and the Grizzlies would host the Spurs. Again, go in the comment section and tell me who you think would win those games, and which two teams you think would be the 7th and 8th seed in the playoffs. How do you feel about the play-in tournament? Is this a genius idea or an unnecessary addition to the original playoff structure? I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and please subscribe. We're close to 200 subs and we're almost there. Turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video. And as always, stay on beat.